Hey everybody, welcome back to Gideon Stuff. The video you're about to watch is a little bit of a weird one, a little bit of a different one for the channel. A few nights ago, I stayed up kind of late, past my bedtime, I guess, and I was just editing videos and working on some stuff, and I thought it would be fun to talk about my favorite national parks. And so I filmed a series of videos. At first, I thought I was just going to film one short, and I realized that I wasn't going to fit everything I needed to say into one short, so I filmed a series of vertical form videos, and I was going to release them as a series of shorts. And then I was just looking through them this morning because I was like, what on earth did I do last night? And these would be a terrible series of shorts. So I'm putting them all together in this one video, and I'm just going to release it because I'm not sure how many of you would be interested, but I made the video, so enjoy me ranking my favorite national parks. So right now I'm editing a video about going to a national park, and I decided that I wanted to make a list ranking all the national parks I've been to. There are, 63 national parks in the US. I've been to 16 of them, which isn't a number that is as high as I would expect. But let's go ahead and go through the 60 national parks I've been to and rank them from my least favorite to my favorite. And even the one that's at the bottom doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad national park. It's just my least favorite ones that I've been to. So starting us off at number 16 is a park that's probably going to surprise you guys, because if you know me, you know I'm a desert rat. You guys know I love the Southwest and desert scenery, but my least favorite national park I've ever been to is Saguaro. It's a fine park. The saguaro cacti are really, really cool. It just, I don't know, it just doesn't really stick out to me. Number 15 is Mesa Verde in Colorado. I do love cliff dwellings. I love the ancient Puebloan history. But the reason I think Mesa Verde is this low for me is because I think it's actually outperformed by a national monument, and that's Bandelier in New Mexico. And I know I'm biased towards New Mexico, but I really, really love Bandelier. And those are different cliff dwellings. They're more carved into the rock than like buildings that are built in an alcove. But I just love Bandelier. I have no idea why it's not a national park yet. Number 14 is Capitol Reef of Utah. I have been to all of the big Utah parks except one, and that's Bryce Canyon. Capitol Reef is my least favorite, and it's my least favorite for kind of a pedantic reason. And that's because when I was going to Capitol Reef, for some reason, I thought in my mind that this was going to be like reef geology, like the Paradox Basin or something like that, and it's not. It's the same kind of geology as you see in like Zion and stuff like that, and it's beautiful and it's awesome. But I don't know. I feel like it was false advertising. It's called Capitol Reef because old time explorers thought that it looked like waves, and then there's a big Navajo sandstone dome that looks like a Capitol building. It's cool. It's beautiful, but it is, I think, the worst of the Utah parks. And I think maybe another reason I didn't like it that much is because when I was there, a lot of the hiking trails were closed. So, like, really, I didn't get to do that much there. But yeah, false advertising, closed hiking trails, and I just think the other Utah parks are a lot better. All right, number 13 on my national parks ranking is the Black Canyon of the Gunnison in Colorado. And the Black Canyon of the Gunnison is really, really cool. There's some spectacular cliffs out there with just amazing, amazing metamorphic rocks. But I think the reason why this one places so low is, number one, I haven't really done that much exploring this canyon in the actual park. I've done more exploring of this canyon in some of the national recreation areas and conservation areas outside of the park. Um, it's beautiful, it's really wonderful, but I just, like, I don't know. They're as far as national parks go, there's just better things. Again, like, it's not a bad national park. I don't think any of the national parks are bad, except for the St. Louis Arch. But it's just not as good as some of the other ones. Number 12 is Big Bend in Texas. Absolutely love this park. Very, very cool. There's some great geology. It's Chihuahuan Desert. I love me my Chihuahuan Desert parks. You'll see some more of those later on. But I don't know. It's a good park, but at the same time, I don't know. There's not a whole lot that stands out to me like some of the other parks. Number 11, Great Sand Dunes National Park in southern Colorado near Alamosa. I love this park. This was the closest park to me when I was growing up. It's a very interesting park. Cool geology. Rio Grande Rift. You guys know I love my Rio Grande Rift geology. The draining Lake Alamosa. I think it's just a fascinating, fascinating story. I do love this park a lot. But again, great park, but something had to be at number 11, and it just happened to be Great Sand Dunes. Once you've hiked around there, like, you've seen it. I don't really have anything negative to say about this park, other than the fact that one time when I went with my family when I was a kid, we all got violently sick. But like, I don't really have anything negative to say. It's a good park. Number 10 is White Sands National Park here in southern New Mexico. You might be surprised to see New Mexico Park coming in so low. I am very biased towards New Mexico, but White Sands is awesome. I do prefer over Great Sand Dunes because it's, this is the largest gypsum dune field on the planet. Very, very unique. Really just beautiful environment. I love the area, the Tularosa Basin. I absolutely love. I love the San Andres Mountains. I've done field research out there, but I'm trying to like separate, that from my opinion on the park itself. And the park itself is really, really cool, but there's not as much to do there as there is at some other parks. Continuing my ranking of national parks, we have number 9, Petrified Forest, Arizona. This is a really cool park. I actually have great memories of this park from when I was a kid. I got a wonderful coloring book from there. The Painted Desert is absolutely beautiful. The Chinle Formation, all the Triassic fossils from this area are absolutely wonderful. I'm a paleo guy. I absolutely love a lot of things about this park. I've spent several years working at a museum where we did a lot of stuff with petrified wood, so I've got a very big place in my heart for petrified wood. A lot of cool stuff here at Petrified Forest, but I think it's not higher on the list just because, I don't know, like trying to think outside my own little bubble. If you're not into the paleontology, you might have a hard time appreciating this park. And I will say, like, the Painted Desert is gorgeous, but this park, the interest about this park definitely comes more from the fossils than from the landscape itself. So that's why it's at number 9. Number 8 is Zion. I think Zion is the upgraded Canyonlands. Zion is the better version of Canyonlands. Stunningly beautiful. It's a great little place to drive through. I got that big tunnel and you go through and you come out. It's like, you've got the what do they call it? Not the Parade of the Patriarchs, the Hall of the Patriarchs, whatever it is. Beautiful Navajo sandstone formations, towering cliffs, just, very impressive. It's this low though because it's super crowded. You gotta take the shuttle everywhere. Whatever. Number 7 is another Utah park, Canyonlands. I love Canyonlands. Just a really beautiful park. All kinds of really, really neat rock formations. It's close to one of my favorite places. Like, I love southeastern Utah. Moab is one of my favorite places ever, and it gives you access to 2 national parks. The other one you'll be seeing later on this list. Canyonlands is just solid. It's great southwestern. It's a great southwestern park. It's a great example of what Utah has to offer. If you love those red desert, rugged, eroded landscapes like I do, you can't go wrong with Canyonlands. You just can't. It's just a ton of fun. Continuing my ranking of all the national parks, number 6, we have Guadalupe Mountains National Park. I think this is one of the most underrated national parks. This is one of the national parks I've been to the most. I absolutely love this park. There's a lot to do here. The Guadalupe Mountains are fascinating, absolutely fascinating. I think it's one of the coolest mountain ranges in all of North America. There's 2 national parks in this tiny little mountain range. We'll talk about the other one here in just a second. Just a fantastic area. But I think it's easy to overlook some of the amazing things about Guadalupe Mountains. They're rugged, they're hot. You do have to be, built different to enjoy some parts of this park. And unless you're, like really, really into the geology, you might not understand just how badass these mountains are. But I love Guadalupe Mountains National Park. I think Big Bend takes most of the, spotlight when it comes to Texas national parks, but I think Guadalupe Mountains is better. I love Guadalupe Mountains. They're very, very cool. Number 5 is the other Guadalupe Mountains National Park, and that is Carlsbad Caverns of southern New Mexico. Yes, a New Mexico park did make it into the top 5. You guys might be shocked that I don't have a New Mexico park at number 1, though. I love Carlsbad Caverns. It's really cool. I think it's awesome that this park gives the average Joe easy access to one of the largest cave systems in North America. It is otherworldly. It's an experience that you'll never forget, going to Carlsbad Caverns, and I absolutely love it. It's again, like that otherworldly feeling is kind of like nothing else. Absolutely fantastic. And I will say there are a lot of places in New Mexico, a lot of national monuments that I think could be national parks that I think would actually, maybe be even higher on this list, but that's beside the point. Number 4 is Grand Teton. It's beautiful, right? It's gorgeous. Not a whole lot more to say. Just it's cool. Number 3 is the Grand Canyon. Number 3 and number 2 could switch spots, but the Grand Canyon. I mean, come on, it's the Grand Canyon. Like how could it not be in the top 3? I freaking love the Grand Canyon. It's so beautiful. It's just, it's just one of those things that makes you, makes you feel patriotic in a way. It's everyone should go to the Grand Canyon. Honestly, if you never make it to any other national park, you should go to the Grand Canyon. It's just great. All right, finishing up my ranking of the national parks I've been to. We have number 2, Yellowstone. It's the first national park. It's beautiful, right? It's so unique. I was there in the winter time. You got the snow and the ice, and you got the geysers going off, and it's just gorgeous. Saw some bison. You got all these waterfalls over the place. You got the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone, which I thought was absolutely beautiful. Yellowstone is definitely a park that, I mean, gosh, you don't need me to tell you how great it is. Everyone already knows. I think Yellowstone is absolutely fantastic. What an amazing, amazing place. And I think it's really appealing to a lot of people because, again, with a lot of the national parks, a lot of my love and enjoyment for them comes from my interest in geology. I think Yellowstone perfectly blends like the mass appeal, like, everyone can appreciate a beautiful landscape. Well, boom, Yellowstone's got it for you. But Yellowstone also puts the geology right in your face. Here's some geysers that are blowing up, right? And I think that kind of hooks people into the geology of the area, and it makes it easy to kind of, fall in love with some of the stuff that's under the surface, which I absolutely love. And number 1, my favorite national park of all time. And I gotta be honest, I really don't know exactly why this is my favorite park. I think a lot of people would disagree with me. Arches. I just freaking love Arches National Park. I always have. I've got great memories there when I was a kid. I think a lot of people would rank it towards the bottom of the Utah parks, but I love Arches. And I think one of the things I love about it is that it's very accessible. I've done some pretty intense hikes out of Arches. There's some pretty crazy hikes that start in Arches and go way off outside the park into the desert and stuff, which, I love that kind of stuff, but it's also really easy to, just kind of drive around and see some of these amazing arches. The geology is really, really interesting, the salt anticlines and things like that. I really like Arches. It can be a little bit crowded at times, but, some of the greatest parks are. I think Arches is awesome, and it is my favorite national park. And part of me is like Yellowstone should be above it, but it's not. I just like Arches. It shames me that I've never been to any of the California parks. Every time I've been to California, I've just been to like the Southern California cities. I've been to the beaches and stuff. I'm like, gosh, dang it! Like I've seen the worst parts of California. I need to go and see Yosemite, see the redwoods and things like that. There's a lot of national parks that are on my list of places to see. I'd love to see some of the Alaska parks, but of the 16 national parks I've been to, there's my list. So what did we learn from this? Don't let Gideon make videos past midnight. It's kind of like, not feeding your gremlins after midnight. Um, yeah, weird stuff happens. And that's gonna be it for today, guys. I guess. Thank you for watching this video. I guess I'm gonna end this like any of my other videos. This is a really weird, kind of dumb video, but big shout out to my channel members at the Cowboy level. I appreciate everything you do for the channel. If you want to become a member and support me directly, there's a link down below. As for the rest of you hooligans, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment below, and subscribe. I've been Gideon, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.